Is your poster the eye?
Right. Let's see if this is actually working. Cool. So nice stream, bro. Thanks, dude. Thanks, dude. Oh, man. Okay, I just wanted to, because I was in the process of moving, and when you're moving, you start to unpack your stuff, and you realize what a little child you are. I mean, so not only as I was moving, I realized I was bringing out a lot of Magic cards. That was new. I also had. Does I go to this bag? Is it working properly? Okay, let's see. So nice stream, bro. Just two of us. What's up, dude?
Can I come in for a second?
No, you can't come in. I'm getting naked.
I would say ideally just leave it.
Cool. All right. Message has been held for review. Show. Wanna fuck. Cool, man. Wow, they put that for review? Someone swears in that? That's insane. Okay. Anyways. Had this? I didn't even know I had this. Pokemon book, graphic novels. I don't even know when I bought these things. This is ridiculous. Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way? I think I got this in like high school. It's actually hilarious. If you read this book, look at the way it was printed. Look at the space between each line. It's like written for, like a child could read this book. Jeez. Okay. No, it's fine. I just trashed my whole Pokemon collection 15 years ago. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, some of those things can be sold for a lot of money if you have first editions. Yeah, I think I sold my collection too, so I can't really say too much about it. Like, I had the whole Ninja Turtles series on DVD, all 3 movies. I think this is at a dollar store or something. Man, unpacked, I just felt like a child. Like, I had no, like, adult things that you should own. I had a fan, and, like, I mean, I had a couple drawers, desks, but for the most part, I felt like it was like unpacking a kid's room. Pretty pathetic. Yeah. Okay. Unpacked. Nice. So, how old do you think you have to be, if any age, that you should think about selling your nerdy childlike toys or games? Or do you think there is no age limit to it? Because I'm thinking about selling stuff, but I don't know if I should just give some of it away, but I don't know. What do you guys think? You Go Minimalist. It's trending on YouTube right now. Yeah, the thing about minimalism is funny. I saw the documentary about minimalism on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there. It might be. But the thing that bugs me about the whole minimalist idea was that like the people that are telling people to go minimalist, it's like they grew up in the most prosperous time in the world, and because there's a lot of environmental extremists, they're trying to tax people with carbon emissions, and they're basically trying to have some moral superiority, telling you that if you own too much things, you're a contributor to pollution and stuff. Yo, what's up?
Do you need boxes at all?
Ooh, no, I think I should be okay for now. Okay, cool, man. Yeah. But for the most part, I think the whole minimalist idea, it's good, but I just don't think I like the fact that people are forced to live with a little to nothing in their life, which is kind of ridiculous. I was just lazy as fuck when I just moved to another apartment, so I started minimalism. Yeah, I mean, if you move a lot, minimalism is the way to go. You know, if you work contract jobs and you don't have like a stable job, minimalism is a good way to go. You're gonna have to end up being okay with basically giving your stuff away for free, though. Like, because if you want to get rid of it quickly, you need to make it free. If you want to sell something, you're usually gonna, unless it's very liquid product, you're just gonna be sitting there for a while and you're not gonna be able to sell it. But minimalism is, I don't know. I'm not going too minimalist. Tom's a minimalist, and most of the things that he owns are computer products, external hard drives, monitors, and yeah, I don't even own a desktop. I've been running a laptop, MacBook Pro, and now I have a gaming laptop, and so I don't need too much in terms of computers. I would like to own a desktop one day, but I've moved 3 times in the last 3 years, so owning a desktop doesn't really seem feasible to me. All right, never enough. Yeah. You also, if you're not going to be a minimalist, you definitely have to know when the limit is when it comes to making purchases. You don't want to overspend and then realize later on that you don't have enough room to keep your things, and you get into the hoarder category, you know? No one wants to be a hoarder. That's the worst possible thing you could be. All right. So we got 5 watching. Someone give a little thumbs up so I know all my audio is good and it's not lagging. Let me read some more comments. All right, so who's in here? Bailey, Prenz, Artem, and Chris, and Frontier Setter. Thumbs up, Nibba. Nice. Do you actually play anything on the laptop? I play porno usually, and I play YouTube videos. But for the most part, I used to do a bit of VR chat, but I actually didn't even have a headset. I was just doing it the cheap man's way. Yeah, no, I don't really play much. I don't even have a PS4. I have a PlayStation 3. I never made the upgrade. And I have Steam on my laptop now, but I just don't play a lot of video games. I'm not a gamer. The other day, we were just talking about video games and whether or not I play video games with my roommates, and I refer to a controller as a joystick. So I think that pretty much sums up my feelings towards gaming. I mean, I called it a joystick. So that's what I figured. Yeah. The gaming that I do is, I mean, I play Magic cards. I don't know if anyone in this chat plays Magic cards. I prefer the human interaction than an interaction of where you can't see the person. I mean, it's like playing poker. Would you rather play online poker, or would you rather play poker with friends? I would rather play with friends. I mean, although stealing their money is kind of not a very friendly thing to do, but they signed up for poker. That's usually what happens, unless you do it for free. Sorry for my English, by the way. No worries, man. Where are you from? Blodja? Are you from Croatia? Is that Croatian Serbian? So I might have to get my charger soon. Laptop is on 10% battery. Live streaming takes up a lot of energy. Hungary, Budapest, nice. Budapest is a pretty awesome city. I've never been there. My older brother has, and he says it's awesome. Good prices on beer. Canada is ridiculously expensive for alcohol, as is, I think Switzerland is really expensive for alcohol and beer. Not that that is the only thing you should be spending your money on, but I know if I went to Hungary, I'd be thirsty more than hungry. So anyways, I don't know if anyone plays Magic cards here, but this is an affinity deck, okay? This is what I'm holding right now is worth a lot more money than people would think. The first time I started playing Magic cards, I was mostly just playing with like budget cards that I didn't know they were budget cards. I only thought expensive Magic cards were old ones. I didn't realize that there's different formats besides just standard or casual. And when people introduced me to modern, I couldn't believe that some of these decks were like almost $2,000. It's got to be one of the most expensive nerd hobbies there is. One of the cheapest nerd hobbies is probably online gaming. I mean, apart from the expense would be the biggest expense with the computer, a lot of games you get on Steam for free or next to nothing. Who here plays Magic? What are your hobbies? Oh yeah, we have a lot of alcoholics. Yeah, what is it like? What's it like? €1, €2 for a pint? Something like that. Do you have some expensive cards? Yeah, well, I mean, I think Affinity right now has Mox Opal. I mean, well, I don't think. I know it has Mox Opal. Let me see. And Mox Opal is like $100 right now. Luckily, I bought it when it was like 50. But yeah, a playset of these. Well, a playset is 4 cards. People don't play Magic. A set of these are insanely expensive. Way too expensive, in my opinion, for paper, essentially. I pay my RuneScape subscription. Nothing free is good. Yeah, well, VR chat is free, but I mean, that's not particularly fun. I mean, you get what you pay for with anything. Yeah, of course. I mean, free games are never the best. There is some good free games, but they're mostly just to kill time, which is what gaming is in general. It's kind of a distraction from reality. But reality is so painful that you have to resort to gaming to live out some sort of life, right? You can't just suffer all the time. Hold on, I'm just gonna plug in my charger. So anyone wants to rewatch the stream or catch up, the stream will be uploaded on Patreon, which is where I'm putting all my streams. Still unpacking, so I haven't been able to really get anything done when it comes to editing or filming. Although I'm gonna be filming a Toronto Eats video on Tuesday. There we go. Now my laptop will be charging as I'm streaming. Do you have a day job? Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have a day job, I would be homeless. I mean, I don't make money on YouTube. I don't think I'll ever make money on YouTube again. Not that I was making any before. I'm actually looking for a second job right now because the rent that I'm paying now at my new place is double the price as my previous. So yeah, so I'm looking for any jobs. So if anyone has a job, if anyone lives in Toronto and they know places that are hiring for second jobs, I just don't want to do retail because I've done retail before and I just I hate it. It's tough. Retail is probably the worst job. I would rather work a factory job for the same price as a retail job. even if it was more physically demanding, retail, just the amount of customers you go through, not that every customer is bad, but you have some customers who just have a bad day and all they want to do is take it out on you. And they'll just fucking yuppies and stuff come in, just look at you right in the eye, smirk a bit, make their payment, and they just have nothing to say to you. Not that I want to have a conversation. I'm not their therapist. I used to work at a beer store, which is basically like being a bartender without the tips. And it was awful. You would have some customers that were alcoholics and they thought you were their therapist, their psychiatrist, and they would just trying to be telling me this story or something about their life as I have a lineup of customers coming in. I'm just talking to them, getting the money, counting the money, putting on my debit machine, setting it up. And I'm like, yeah, oh, that's great. Awesome. Sounds good. That'll be $29.95, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, really? And then she did that, huh? Oh, that's too bad. Retail jobs, you just don't pay enough for what you have to deal with. It's ridiculous. Where retail? I used to work at Best Buy and Target. Ooh, Target would be rough. Holy crap. Best Buy, I think you make I think you make money on the side with Best Buy, right? Like if you make a couple sales, you get some of that, a percentage. Like Future Shop as well. I don't know if Future Shop is in Europe, but it's in North America. No tips. Fug. Yeah. The weird thing with the beer store is they didn't really have a rule that said you were not allowed to take tips if someone does tip you. But it is awkward because sometimes you'd have someone would give you like $40 and their bill was like, it ran up to about 39 and there was like $1 left. And like you would just close the till and then you're like, oh fuck, I could have been $1 tip. But you can't really open your till, take $1 out, put it in your pocket or whatever, $2. So yeah, tipping, unless they specifically hand you the money, you don't really want to be going into your till, and makes it look like you're stealing on the camera. Come to Hungary. If you have 3 jobs, then you still will be homeless. Yeah, socialism sucks, huh? I could never live in Canada's already fairly socialist. There is definitely more of a capitalist outline to the society here than in Europe. But yeah, and George Soros too, man. That's brutal. Yeah, I don't think I would ever want to live in Europe, unfortunately. Which sucks because like Europe is awesome, but I just would never want to live there. It's pretty much North America, or if shit gets really bad in North America and just the economy crashes, I'd probably move somewhere in Asia, maybe Thailand. I would say Japan, but Japan seems like a place you would rather visit than live. It just seems too ridiculous there. Everything seems weird. All their advertisements are mostly cartoons. Cartoons at the age of like 35. Not that there's anything particularly wrong with that, but when a whole society is doing that, they stop having children, which, there's an epidemic. The birth rates in Japan are insanely low. And there's no, they don't really want to immigrate people there because it's like, hey, we have some people from Africa. Would you like them to come here? No, fuck you. They got a fucking black ass away from you. Because they just don't want to immigrate, but at the same time, their population is declining. They're just not having sex there. There's dry fish ladies or something, and a lot of MGTOW in Japan. Tons of Curtis Sandersmen. Mate, I work at a reception in a hotel. Thank fucking God I have mostly night shifts. I just can't keep up with the fake, kind, helpful persons. Yeah, man. It was, being fake and just nice in general to everyone takes a toll on you, especially when it's fake. You're just a genuinely happy person. I mostly think of people like that, like they're on some sort of prescription medication that boosts their serotonin and makes them like have to be happy. It's like forcing them to be happy all the time, smiling. Hi, it's nice to meet you too. Girls can put on that fake facade happiness a lot better than men can. I can't really fake being happy too much. I can maybe give the odd smirk once in a while, but then it doesn't really make me look like I'm happy. It makes me look like I'm plotting some murder, being creepy. I'm pretty dead inside. That's why your channel was appealing years ago. I know, not so much anymore, right? I mean, I'd like to put out more videos, but there's just not. I mean, I am, but it's gonna be different humor, I guess. The humor is evolving, not necessarily in a better direction, but I do still think. Wait, is there any vertical advancement for hotel reception? I know hotel managers can make bank. Yeah, I think you actually have to go to school for at least 2 years for hotel management, and they can make quite a lot of money, and it is a job that you can advance in. You could definitely apply to other hotel manager jobs. So there's a lot of growth when it comes to moving from different hotel companies. But no, I'm not looking to go back to school for that. Definitely not. I don't want to go back to school at all. I got when you hit 30, that's it, man. Like I don't know if anyone here is 30 in the chat, but when you are 30, the idea of going back to school, unless it's some sort of night school course to advance a further career that you're already in, it just seems like no, you just don't want to do that. I just started working in retail again. Oh man, fuck, I hate retail. TV, white goods store. I don't know what that is. White goods store? TV? They still are TVs still called TVs anymore? Do they just call them monitors? Most people just watch TV on their laptop or computer. Funny thing is, my TV broke 2 days after starting. Jesus. Now I'll inevitably be spending my first paycheck in that store. Well, I hope you have a discount because that's not fortunate. Very unfortunate. Bukkake? Yeah, man. At least you have that if you move to Japan, Tokyo. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'll be 29 this year. So close. Yeah. Well, enjoy it while you can. It's not like you feel different when you're 30. Your perspective on things change and the way people look at you changes. That's one of the biggest things I know when you turn 30 is there's this feeling of it's not insecurity. I think there's a sense of anxiety about being 30. You think that you should have all your stuff together. You should be in a job or a career that's stable, that you like or enjoy or you want to stay in. And if you don't have that, you have an anxiety about life. You feel like you have to do all these things. It's like, do you want to have a family? Do you want to have kids? Like, you need to make more money. You need to make enough money to be able to support that goal, unless you're planning on being like a deadbeat dad. But even then, like, you'd have to marry a woman who has a lot of money, and that's never, yeah. And there's not a lot of women who have a bunch of money that they're willing to support a deadbeat dad with, like unless you gotta have you gotta be incredibly good looking or have the thickest dick. Like if you're gonna be like stay-at-home dad, like or a trophy dad, like you gotta be not only good looking, you gotta be like tall, you gotta be able to eat the ass pussy, fucking make out, just be incredibly good in bed to be able to sustain that type of relationship. Because I don't know, or just have the best personality ever. But I mean, come on, personality, really? I mean, as long as you're not crazy, personality is not the biggest deal for partner. I mean, of course, personality is good, but there's other factors that people look at ahead of that. In the UK, white goods is refrigerators and ovens, etc. Interesting. I don't know. So that is a store, or is that they just changed the name of it depending on the country, like what they sell? Dude, I thought I would have like a wife and kid around 25. I'm 24 now. Boy, I was young. Yeah, 25 is, I mean, when my parents were 25, they already had 2 kids and they were married. So that says a lot about most men in society and women. Everyone's pushing to do things later. There's also just not a lot of money. I think in Toronto, the average price for houses is just shy of $1 million. So to be able to save money and buy a house, you have to have a good job and be living at your parents' house till you're 30 or older, just to be able to put a good down payment on there. Then if you think about car insurance, whew, my God, That's another expense right there with the gas prices. So I named the stream Talking Nerdy, but I've been basically talking mostly about financial issues. Weird. Maybe I might change the name after. Sounds like I will shoot myself in the head in 5 years. Yeah, if you're in my position, why not, right? But never don't do suicide. Seriously, I'm not endorsing suicide. It's probably the wrong thing to do. Okay. We have nice bridges. In Hungary? Yeah, I guess. Well, everything, all the bridges there are nice and great architecture and nice architecture, nice building. The architecture in Europe in general is beautiful. They have beautifully designed buildings, and the Western world now we're just making things look like boxes, like just boxes where you just put people in, and just not a lot of art, not a lot of beauty in art. Okay. Yeah. We actually have 13 people watching right now, so that's good. So throw some comments in there and we will chat. And remember, this is going down on Patreon after. That's where I'm going to be putting all my live streams. I have no idea. Whenever I just think of doing a live stream, I'm just going to do it. There's going to be no scheduled time. So if you miss it, you miss it. If you want to check back and watch it, you can become a patron for $1 a month, which is basically equal to 50 cents 3 years ago in Toronto with inflation. Does Canada have rich culture? No. I don't think Canada has much of a culture at all. I mean, the early settlers weren't here long enough to build some sort of solid culture. So it basically just feels like a mixture between like England and America, but also with a lot of multiculturalism and kind of just the culture just kind of morphs into different things. And there's not a lot of culture in Canada. I mean, is hockey a culture? If hockey's part of the culture, I guess it is. That's the most culturally enriched thing we do here. Richer than US, that's for sure. What, Canada or Hungary? Oh, I mean Canada for the culture. Culture is richer than US. I guess so. United States is a lot older though, so I think they've had a lot more years to develop an identity. Canada doesn't have much of an identity, and there's things about Canada that I used to think wasn't true until I actually saw people doing it myself. Like when people say that we say a boot, I say about, but I have seen a lot of people say a boot, and it is kind of odd. And people do say a lot, and they say, "Hey, buddy." So a lot of the things that people think of for stereotypical Canadians is actually true. U.S. pretty much is non-existent. The culture, yeah, I mean, there's some places in America there is a lot more culture, like New Orleans. There's a lot of culture there. Not that I've been, but my friends been. Yeah, not old enough to have culture, I guess. I mean, more so than Canada, but Europe, I think there's a lot more culture in Europe. I'm from the US. I shoot guns all the time. Yeah, well, we actually can buy firearms in Canada, so it's not illegal for us to own firearms. There's just not as much guns here. And I think it's a little harder to get guns in Canada than the United States. But yeah, owning a gun and living in a city, I feel like it's a little more difficult to own a gun. I mean, you have to sign up for it, and it's a big process. But to own a gun in Toronto, that's very difficult. When will Sanders Man return? When there's when there's a nice enough idea of a video for Sanders Man or an event or something I could go to, that would be cool for a Curtis Sandersman video. But I don't know, Curtis Sandersman, I don't know if there's a fresh enough topic, maybe he can have a whole video where he just talks about incels and he can go through the whole groups of incels and true cells and mental cells and talk about them. Childish Gambino, this is America, #culture. Yeah, is that a song? I don't want to play it. If I play it, this video will be taken down. What is this? Are French Canadians accurately portrayed in South Park? Yeah. Yeah, I think they are. I mean, they are pretty snobby for the most part, but I can't really speak on behalf of every single French Canadian. But it is definitely more of a socialist province than Ontario is. And it's weird because they do speak English in Montreal and in Quebec, but they won't speak English to you until you speak English to them. And even then, they'll like kind of first look at you, assess what just happened, and then like, yes, of course. And then they talk, and then you could tell they're gritting through their teeth. They really don't want to talk English. They don't want to speak English because they, again, they're not really fond of the English. The French never have been. What's the weed law in Canada? Because I know you don't have different states and all that. And what's your opinion on experience with weed in general? Well, I did have some edibles today. I don't really eat or smoke weed a lot. The laws are supposed to change for marijuana. They were supposed to change when Trudeau introduced that he was going to make it legal, but nothing has really been done yet. But I don't smoke a lot of weed. I don't hate it. I'm not against, marijuana, the use of marijuana. I think it should be legalized. I do know there is a lot of people who lose their mind at 25, and it can help create schizophrenia in young men specifically. But apart from that, there is a lot more dangerous drugs than marijuana. A lot more dangerous drugs out there. So that's what I feel about that. Do you eat a lot of craft dinners? No, I don't. But craft dinners are incredibly unhealthy for you. It's basically paste. You're eating paste that goes straight into your arteries. And processed cheese is never a good idea to consume because over time it can really mess with your metabolism. And I like to remain fairly skinny. So, damn, I've heard the edibles are out of this world in US. Nothing comparing to Amsterdam's space cake. Yeah, I've never been to Amsterdam, but I mean, in the movie Euro Trip, they made edibles seem like they would turn you into schizophrenic. They made edibles look like as if it was an acid trip in Euro Trip, the movie. I don't think edibles do that much to you. I mean, they give you a bit of a body high, but they don't really like if you were to do a bong hit, you would be a lot more discombobulated than you would be if you were to eat edibles. Edibles are not that potent. They are, but they're not. They're a different type of high, as people say. Okay. All right, we have a solid 12 watchers here right now. One of the reasons why I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams is the new location that I moved into does have unlimited internet, so I do have access to live streaming a lot more. And I think this could potentially get my channel back to its partner status after a while, because I think you need about 4,000 hours watched, and I think I'm already 75% of the way there. So live streams definitely help. They, especially the longer the live stream is. I have an idea for a live stream where I was gonna, with a bunch of people, set up my live stream and do a Spider-Man marathon, starting from Spider-Man 1 all the way to Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then Homecoming. So that's going to be a huge live stream that is going to, I don't even know, is YouTube, is there a cutoff for live streams? I should probably do research on that, because that would be about like a 13-hour live stream. It would start on a weekend. It would start early Saturday and then be all the way to end late Saturday night. And I just think that'd be an interesting live stream, just reactions and stuff as we go along. What speeds do you get for internet? I'm gonna check right now, actually. I just moved in, so I don't have all the specs, but I know which plan we have. Let's see. I know it's incredibly fast, though. Yeah, we have yeah, the speed for our internet is right now it's 50 megabytes per second, so that's actually pretty good. It's the upload speed is 10 megabytes per second, and our monthly usage is obviously unlimited, and that's that is what we have right now at my place. Okay. What did I read last? Oh, I love that Loot Crate video, by the way. It cracked me up every time. Yeah, so I think I talked about this in one of my live streams before. So that was the video that screwed over my channel. It was actually that Loot Crate video, because what happened was, as soon as the new partnership changes happened 5 months back, able to get enough views from live streams to potentially save my channel. But that exact same day, I had a community strike for the Loot Crate unboxing video, which was crazy because it wasn't even really getting a lot of views. I think it was something like 5,000 views. And I don't even know if I have it. I might upload it again because it's not really that bad of a video. I mean, yeah, there's drug usage in it, and there's some questionable R-rated content in there, but overall, I've seen worse videos that are still up on YouTube. So if I could find that in my backup storage, which I think I might have it on a hard drive somewhere, or old, on my other laptop. But yeah, it got deleted, so I couldn't even download the video. It was completely deleted. So that sucks. Hopefully it is somewhere. Yeah, we'll cut on the 4th hour, I think. Oh, so there is a limit. Shit. Then I might not be able to do that. So they only allow you to do 4 hour. I guess it is kind of ridiculous to do a 12-hour live stream. Shit, that sucks. I guess I can't do that idea anymore. I'll have to think of something else. You enjoy Infinity War? Yeah, I think yesterday's live stream I talked about that. I did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun, and I think it was a lot better than Justice League. Everything about the movie was done right. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of perfect movies out there, but overall, it's worth seeing in theaters. I don't like going to theaters to watch too much movies, but if there's a good enough budget in there, that obviously makes it a lot more exciting to see something where it was like $1 billion to make. It always makes the experience a lot more exciting. Message retracted. Nice. All right. So, I did a top 5 video recently, and I'm wondering, I might want to start doing more of those. 5 mind-blowing facts. Because those are, I could just do those videos by myself. I don't need actually a lot of help to do them. I just need the green screen and my camera, and I can edit everything myself. So those are something I might do more of. If people are interested in those or have any funny ideas or topics for those, drop a message. Cool. Right. What the hell's going on? Oh, my computer's getting weird. All right. So I bought a glide cam recently. I don't know if anyone knows what a glide cam is, but essentially it's a steady cam that looks like a tripod, like a monopod, and it's got a base like this that's adjustable. It can go in and out, and you put weights on the sides, and then you could stack them up, and they're about like a centimeter thick, and I think there's about 10 on each side, and you adjust it properly so that it's supposed to be completely stable when you're moving around the glide cam. But I can't get it to work properly because I don't have an adjustable plate. I just have the screw on top, and they make it so ridiculously frustrating to use. Like, I got it almost perfect, and I've only used it to shoot twice right now, and I'm already looking to sell it. So if anyone's in the market for a glide cam, if you guys want one, shoot me a message, and I will give it to you guys at 50% of what the going rate is, because I just want it gone, to be honest, right now. Because I'm looking to buy a handheld gimbal instead, one that's electronically operated, so it basically balances itself. You don't need the weights. It uses a motor. Top 5 anime titties. Nice. I don't watch enough anime to know what the top 5 titties are. I guess I can always do what every single top 5 person does and go on Wikipedia and look up topics. It's one of the reasons why those videos are dumb. Hey man, what do you do? I'll probably watch it anyway. What you do, I'll probably watch it anyway. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep uploading stuff. I'm trying to focus a lot on Toronto Eats too, because that's something that could just take off. Not that I think that any of my YouTube channels are going to take off, but they're a lot more user friendly. A lot more user friendly than stuff I usually make. Unrelated, but I remember you wearing a Liverpool jersey. Do you actually go for Liverpool? Keen for United Champions? Yeah, I actually am a huge Liverpool fan. Yeah, do I have anything here? Jesus. Yeah, this is one of my jerseys. I have a bunch of jerseys, but yeah, I think they're actually going to do pretty good against Real Madrid. I even told my friend before, when they're in the quarterfinals, that the team I was most worried about was actually Manchester City. And once we beat City, I had a good feeling. And I was hoping that we were going to get in the semifinals, Barcelona or Real Madrid, but Barcelona lost to Roma, and then we ended up drawing Roma, which I was actually more afraid of because Liverpool tended not to do very well against defensive style teams. And usually Italian teams, for the most part, are very defensive. So, but we beat Roma, and I think our chances of beating Madrid are actually pretty high. Need more UFC training videos. Is that video still? Is that video? I don't know if I made that one private. I know I made a bunch of videos private after the last banning I had on YouTube. Kind of scared me. I don't want my channel to be shut down. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, my bad. Almost all my videos are going to be. Yeah, I don't like that. That's not good. Well, I mean, better to be private, I guess, for now. Yeah, they have a really good chance. Yeah, I think so too. Are you Spanish, by the way? Mendez? Yeah. If so, I hope you don't support Real Madrid. We need Home Alone 3. Man. Some of these videos I almost completely forgot I made. See, the problem with making all comments just jerking off is that it kind of loses its appeal after a while. I think I've done enough jerking off in my videos to last me my entire life. Yeah, Home Alone 3. It's okay. I remember it fondly. You know what I might do though? I might put a bunch of videos on Patreon as unlisted, and you would have to be a patron to access older videos, just ones that I don't want to be like public. So it'll be like a Patreon bonus, like all old videos I'm going to be putting on there instead. I think in the long run that's a better idea than keeping them alive. I mean, like just I don't know if that's a good idea. Let me know if you guys think that'd be cool. And it is only $1 a month if you want to be a patron, and all the live streams are going to go up on there, and I'm going to put older content that I don't want on my main channel to be public on there as well. I missed that video, man. Yeah, I'll post that on all the videos that I have private. I'll post a lot of them on Patreon as a unlisted thing that you have to. The only way to lock it is to become a patron. Nice. Support shitty Arsenal. My God, yeah, you guys really messed up in your Europa League game recently. Man, you guys are in a rough spot, and it's scary for you because I remember when Liverpool, it was 09-10 season, they failed to make the Champions League, and they won trophies that year. And that was like, we were shit after for 3 to 4 years after. Like, we're still we're in the Champions League finals, so I can't really say we're shit now. But we were doing poorly for quite a while after that. And the problem with finishing in a position like that is not only is it hard to sign players because they want to play in the Champions League, it's hard to keep on your good players. So they'll just be enticed by European soccer, and they're like, I kind of want to go, even though I like, the supporters here and everything. But when it comes down to it, players are, it's still a career to them, right? They're hungry to make more money. They're hungry to, I mean, when you're doing it, yeah, sure. If you're filming it, then it does. Fuck bro team, you the man. Team. There's a couple videos we were supposed to do together, and then things just fell through. This is years ago when Tom was still making videos, and Bro Team still had some sort of affiliation with Digitom, but unfortunately, life goes on, right? I was so depressed in 2012 to 14 without job and future, but I just laugh as fuck when viewed your videos. Yeah, there's quite a depressing tone in my videos. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm happy that I helped you through a tough time, because depression runs in my family, and it's rough. I think depression is a weird thing because I think it runs in like English genes as well, just genetically. And a lot of English people are just always depressed. So like drugs, they do a lot of drugs there. Yeah, it's never a good thing to go through depression though. I was thinking about doing an suicide awareness video, but make it kind of dark and like not like depressing, but like funny, if that's possible. Okay, cool. Nice. Lost 2 subscribers. That was fantastic too. Need more top comment guy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what top comments? I guess maybe it could be a video about a guy who has the most comments pinned to the top of a video. That could be one. Could be an idea. Except he's dead. Yeah, it's true. He did die at the end of that video. Top comment guy is dead, for people who forgot. My God, this stream's almost been on for an hour. Holy crap. My God. Okay, well, I guess this is good enough time as any to call it a day. Yeah. So, thanks for tuning in.